Do you know where you're going to? Now, who do we have here? Can you tell who are in this picture? Here is Mary. Mary. Do you know who Mary is? And here is Joseph. Do you know who Joseph is? They are Jesus' parents. Who do you think this is? That is Jesus. And look at Jesus' parents. Mary and Joseph are Jesus' earthly parents. And where are they? Look, we got the pillars here. Can you see all the pillars? Where do you think they are? In the temple. Correct. They are in the temple. Go ahead and say louder. So who are in the temple? You can easily identify 3 people. How many people can you identify now? Now you can identify 3 people, and who are they? Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. Look at the 2 older people. They are also in the temple with Jesus and his parents. But who are they? Here is Simeon. 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 He was a righteous man, and Jehovah had revealed to him in a vision that he would see his blessing. Now he got a blessing. He saw Jesus Christ right in the temple. He saw Jesus in the temple. Hey, we have another person here. Who is she? Anna. Her name is Anna, and she was a prophetess. She was never missing in the temple. She was never missing in the temple. And she was always offering sacred service to Jehovah God. So here is Anna right here in the picture. Now you see Joseph and Mary did a fantastic job bringing Jesus to the temple. Didn't they? Now take a look at this. Who are these? Absolutely. This is Jesus as a young boy. That is Jesus as a young boy. And where do you think they are? In the temple. Again, in the temple. And who are these? Joseph and Mary. Correct. And who are Joseph and Mary? Jesus' parents. Joseph and Mary are Jesus' earthly parents. And they took Jesus to the what? To the temple. And why do they go to the temple? To be instructed by Jehovah. Now they go to the temple to be instructed by Jehovah. Why do they go to the temple? They go to the temple to be instructed by Jehovah. And look, what do we have here? Who is this? Again, this is Jesus. Very good. Can you identify the 2 people in the background? Joseph and Mary. Great. And who are Joseph and Mary? Jesus' parents. Correct. Now take a look at these men. We got men here, and they look older. Who are they? They are the scribes. They are the teachers of the law. And where are they? In the temple. In the temple. Accurate. So you can see Jesus was with the teachers of the law right in the temple. What are they talking about? Well, Jesus was unraveling the truth about the Word of God. He was teaching them and answering questions. Jesus was teaching and answering questions in the temple. What are their reactions? They were amazed. They were amazed. They were all surprised and saying, "What am I hearing? How did he know so much? Who taught him that? How was he able to answer the questions? My goodness, whose son is this? Who taught him all this beautiful revelation about Jehovah's Word?" So they were all amazed. They were amazed. They were amazed. They were bewildered. They were what? Bewildered. Bewildered. They were amazed and they were in shock. They were overwhelmed, surprised, and amazed. And look, Jesus' parents are in the background. Why is Mary pointing at Jesus? Well, because Jesus' parents had been looking for him. They were searching everywhere for Jesus. Did you see Jesus? I'm looking for Jesus. Did you come across him? Do you know where I can find him? Did you see him? Did somebody you know see him? Oh, I'm looking for Jesus. We left him at the temple. And people will inquire, when last did you see him? Where did you leave him? We left him at the temple, so we thought he was coming along with other children. And we didn't know he wasn't coming along. When we got here, we started looking for him. We called out, Jesus, Jesus, but he didn't answer. So where can we find him? And they might somehow contemplate it within themselves, and Joseph might say, can we go to Jerusalem? We can go to the temple to look for him. And Mary obliged and said, okay, we can go to the temple to look for him because that was the last place where we saw him. And when they arrived at the temple, voila, Mary saw Jesus and she was hysterically happy. And she said, look at him. He's right over there. And that's why you see she's pointing at Jesus. Look at him. I found him. We found him. He's right over there with the teachers of the law. Look, Jesus is sitting over there with those men. And she was so happy that they found Jesus. Did you see a smile on Joseph's face? He felt extremely relieved that he was able to find Jesus. And where was Jesus at the time? Do you recall the people Jesus was talking with? Yeah, accurately, he was talking with the teachers of the law, and they are called the scribes. Now take a look at this. This was when Jesus and his parents were going to the temple. And this was when they were going to the temple, and you can see they were going with other kids. Look, Jesus had earthly brothers and sisters. Mary and Joseph also had other children. And they were all traveling to Jerusalem. And look, Jesus was still a young boy. He was still a young boy. Where were they going? They were going to Jerusalem. That's correct. They were going to Jerusalem and to the temple. Why do they go to the temple? To be instructed. To be instructed. Can you say it louder? To be instructed. Yeah. To be instructed Jehovah's word, right? And they were to be taught Jehovah's word right in the temple. They will be taught Jehovah's word right in the temple. And look, isn't it beautiful to take a walk with all the family and they're having a donkey? Can you see a donkey right here? And Jesus' little brothers and sisters, they are riding on the donkey. But Jesus was very considerate. Jesus was very considerate. He didn't ride on a donkey. He let them ride because they were younger than Jesus. And Jesus took a walk with his father. While they were walking, Jesus was having a conversation with Joseph. Did you see that? He's gesticulating. Did you see his hand? Can you gesticulate so I can see how you gesticulate when you talk? Beautiful. And you can emulate Jesus. You can see how he gesticulates. And he raised his hand up when he was trying to make a point. And where was Joseph's eyesight? Did you see that his gesticulation caught Joseph's attention? Did you see that? And also Jesus, the younger brother, is equally playing. Is it gesticulating or playing with a flute? He's probably singing some nice hymn, right? Can you sing a hymn? A short one. Oh, brilliant. Amazing. Fantastically done. All right. So now see, Jesus is traveling with his family and they're going to the temple. Isn't it beautiful to go to the temple? Today we don't go to the temple. Where do we go? We go to the Kingdom Hall. We go to the meeting. We attend the meeting, don't we? Yes. And when we go to the meeting, why do we go to the meeting? To be instructed. Yes, to be instructed. And reminded of Jehovah's word, isn't it? To be instructed. Now, look, do you remember this? It is a familiar feature. We talked about these before. Can you think what could be happening here? Brilliant. Jesus was in the temple with the teachers of the law, and he is explaining the word of Jehovah to them. Isn't that fantastic? Would you be able to do that? To explain Jehovah's law to other people? You can explain Jehovah's law to others, right? And you can also teach your sister, right? Brilliant. And was Jesus confident? Was he confidently saying what he was saying? Can you look at the expression of his face? Was he confident about what he was saying? Yeah, he was absolutely confident. He was sure about what he was saying. Very sure. And what do we learn from Jesus? We learn to be confident. We learn to be what? To be confident. So when we talk about Jehovah's word, we must talk about it confidently, shouldn't we? And were the teachers paying attention? They were paying rapt attention because Jesus was making great sense. And can you describe this picture? Phenomenal. Still in the temple, Jesus' parents were looking for him. Can you see the pillars? Here are the pillars in the temple. And Jesus' parents were looking for him, but where did they find him? They found him in the temple. They found Jesus in the temple. Brilliant. And what was he doing in the temple? Look, we have a similar artwork. Here is a similar artwork. Jesus was still in the temple, and who are these? His parents. You can see Mary. What was Mary doing? She's pointing a finger at Jesus accurately. And what is happening here? That's correct. It is a family time. Mary and Joseph were teaching your children. They were having a Bible study. It is a family worship. Family worship. Family worship makes you glad. Don't you like family worship? And they sit down talking about the Bible. Isn't it brilliant? You can see the smile on Mary's face. And Joseph was explaining the Bible to Jesus. And was Jesus happy? Yeah, he's extremely happy about what he was being taught. And everyone was having a happy time when they're great, isn't it? Oh, take a look at this. Geez, where do you think they are? What do you think is happening here? Yeah, yeah. And look at Jesus. Jesus was with his apostles. Jesus had 12 apostles. Jesus had 12 apostles when he was on earth. How many apostles did Jesus have? 12 apostles. So they were in the temple and they noticed the widow. She's a widow. Do you know what a widow is? A widow is someone whose husband is dead. Someone whose husband is dead is called a widow. Someone whose husband is dead is called a widow. So look at a widow here. She is a widow. She is a widow. And what does that mean? It means her husband is? Yeah. But right here, she's in the temple. What is she doing? She's dropping a small coin in the money chest. Look at it. It's a tiny coin, and the coin has little value. But Jesus took notice of the widow. He took notice of her, and he called the attention of his apostles and said, "Look, over there, that is a widow, and she's dropping all that she has in the temple's chest." And that's like giving a donation or contribution in a kingdom hall. So you can see the widow right here, and she's dropping all that she had in the temple's chest. She had little money. She didn't have it all because her husband is dead, so she didn't have a good job. She's old, but she's dropping the widow's mite, that coin. That coin that she's dropping in the temple's chest meant a lot to Jesus. And Jesus drew the attention of his apostles and said, "Look over there. Look at what the widow is doing. She's dropping a coin of little value, but it means so much to Jehovah God. It means so much to Jehovah God. She's dropping it with all her heart. She's dropping it with all her heart. And that's all that she has. So she's giving it to Jehovah God for the advancement of pure worship." What a remarkable example this woman teaches us. What a remarkable example. Can you see it? Isn't that remarkable? It is remarkable. Isn't it remarkable? All right, can you tell your sister the remarkable work that this widow has done and who took notice of her? Can you tell your sister that now? Tell her what happened here in the picture. Brilliant. You did a remarkable job teaching your sister about the remarkable work that the widow did. And it's called the widow's mite. You've done your widow's mite to your sister now. So brilliant. Keep the good work coming. Okay. Keep doing that good work. Take a look at this. What do you think is going on here? Who is this? And this? Jesus and Joseph. Correct. What are they doing? Carpentry work. Carpentry. It's a carpentry. Carpentry is a skill that deals with working with wood, and they use wood to construct many things: tables, chairs, windows, houses, flooring, all sort of things. And that's what carpentry is. Carpenters deal with what? Wood. So wood. Carpenters deal with wood, right? Yeah. And they make all sort of different things with wood. Beds. They make beds with it. They make cupboards, chests, and chairs. And what else? What else do they make with wood? Amazing. They make all sort of different, beautiful, elegant objects and things with wood. And you can see right here, Joseph, the father, the earthly father of Jesus, is teaching Jesus carpentry. And that was the family's trade. So Joseph is teaching Jesus how to do carpentry works, how to make things, how to create different shapes and things using wood. Fantastic, isn't it? So Jesus worked extremely hard with his father Joseph to provide for the family. And when Joseph died, Jesus continued that trade before he took up the full-time ministry, preaching and teaching. So you see, Joseph taught Jesus great skill. And we all need to learn great skill when you want to create things and fabricate tools and all objects and devices and so many lovely things with wood. Wouldn't you want to do that like Jesus? Of course you would want to do that. You want to create a lot of lovely and magnificent things using words or whatever material that you can find. So you could see Jesus had a great skill. He had a great skill. He was a carpenter, and who taught him carpentry? It was Joseph, his father. Joseph, his earthly father, taught him carpentry, and Jesus made fantastic things. Was he a good carpenter? Absolutely, yes. Jesus was a good carpenter. And look, what is going on here? Still on carpentry. Go ahead and explain it. Brilliant. Still on carpentry, Joseph continued teaching Jesus carpentry, and Jesus was a fine student, fine apprentice of his father. He learned the skill, and he did a fantastic job. That he was eventually called a carpenter, and he was very skillful at it. He was very skillful at carpentry. You could see he was an ardent student, paying close attention to what his father was doing. And what do you learn from that? You learn to pay attention. Very good. So you can see Jesus paid close attention to what his father was doing, and he learned his skill. Brilliant, isn't it? Ah, look, who is this? We got Jesus doing his carpentry work. Amazing, isn't it?